The problem with a lot of twin flame videos, the signs of a twin flame, is that they cause a lot of confusion, as they also apply to soulmates. And they apply to the heart or catalytic experience also, so it can create even more confusion. So, what we have tried to do here is give some twin flame signs that will give actually some twin flames something to shoot for. These are the signs for a twin flame union, not relationship, folks. There is a big difference. Bubble love, mystical and exalted state of consciousness. On the first meeting of the two people, they will enter into an exalted state of consciousness, or bubble love state, and this state can and will last for days, or in some cases, months. This is a very important sign because it is indicative, solely and unique to twin flames. As a general rule, you will not find soulmates or other types of relationships enter into this mystical, exalted state of consciousness between two people. The reason it is so exalted and intense is because this is enhanced by the higher self. The two individuals enter into this particular state, which is euphoric and mystical, and it is a bona fide twin flame sign. It is one of the most important ones. The ability to experience sexuality in the etheric body, not physical. In the act of intimacy or sexual union, the twins will experience lovemaking beyond the physical sensations. They will experience sexuality in an etheric or second body, which is not physical. Now, to explain that a little bit, when they do connect, they reach a point where they move beyond the physical sensations of coming together, and they get into this etheric, or second body. It is because the twin flame union is beyond physicality. It is beyond emotional and mental. And it moves into the potential of being far beyond physical union. This is a very important sign for a twin flame union. The situation is that twin flames have to get acclimatized to doing this. And this is part and parcel, and one of the reasons we have that exalted state, to allow the signs and symptoms to happen. No limitations within physical intimacy, anything is possible. In the second body, all limitations of the physical in sexual expression are gone. In the second body, a male can and will experience multiple orgasms. Now, we don't mean in the physical sense. What I'm talking about is energetic orgasms that build in the organs and flashes of light, flashes of energy, pulsations of energy. And when you get a bit more accomplished and you get over the what's going on, you start to experiment with this. What can happen is, in the second body there are no limitations in regards to size. Whatever you can conjure up in your feelings you can manifest energetically. It takes a while to get accustomed to this, until you actually experience a connection intimately with your twin flame. You don't know what sex really is. After a while, you will realize that your physical body is going to do nothing but get in the way. It is so cumbersome it gets in the way of the freedom of the second body expression. Real twin flames are going to relate to this. This is the most important thing of this third sign and symptom. Another thing is the ability to be able to enhance your projection and the manifestation of achieving orgasm, in a sense of not just having a physical orgasm. In this type of union, there are no limitations to what you can do, and what you can accomplish. Sexuality in different forms, with higher self. Twin flames in sexual union can change their personality, and bring to life a previous incarnation, or lifeline personality, and manifest that in an expression of sexual union. A set of twin flames can have and tap into previous experiences as a certain personality and bring that in, and have that person take over in consciousness, and experience the sexual expression. Now I'm talking something that is not only potentially possible, it is possible, and it is reality. People talk of twin flame triads. But what is a real twin flame triad? In a very good expression between a set of twin flames, if the frequency is right, and the mood is right, and you really want to create the third energy, bring in the higher self. You have no idea what sexuality actually is. until you experience some of these signs and symptoms that I now mention here. Bringing in the higher self as a frequency and adding it to the complementary aspects of your masculine self and feminine self in the physical reality, adding in the higher self, completes what is called the twin flame triad. Some of you have heard of it, and this is what it is, and it is exciting stuff. Burning off old sexual energies and templates. At the moment of first joining in sexual union, all previous templating and energetic connection to previous sexual partners is literally burned off in the heat of the twins in union. This happens so that the creation of the third energy will achieve a high frequency. Now, I have to mention, besides that fact, is this will happen initially in the bubble love phase. It won't happen all in one day. It will happen over time, because the love making is so intense that they won't have time to think about it. This is basically about the two burning off all of these previous connections. Now, in every connection you have with a person sexually, even if you have not seen them in years, you are carry the energetic template of that person. So when twin flames come together, this must be burned off, and these influences from other people must be burned off. This takes place automatically as they go, and any previous signs I have spoken of here cannot take place until this has happened. And it is very important. Change in beliefs towards love and relationships prior to union. Prior to a twin flame union, both individuals will go through a rite of passage, where belief systems pertaining to love, relationship and sexuality will be changed or dropped entirely. This is one of the signs and symptoms that I think is prior to coming into a twin flame union, probably one of the most important ones. It appears like everyone is running around, looking for the fancy ones, such as telepathy, dreams, visions. But I look at it a little differently, that a set of twins will begin to attract to themselves experiences based on who they are, their race and culture and part of the planet they are on, experiences, and some of them can come in the form of friendship and relationship, to begin to meld and mold them, but more in effect to get them to wake up hopefully, and a lot of their belief systems will begin to change, modify and drop in preparation thereof. Sexual union in second body. Prior to first meeting, twin flames in second, etheric body will be able to travel to each other and experience sexual union prior to meeting in the physical. There is a purpose behind it, and that needs to be explained. This is done so that the two will recognize each other at all levels when they do actually meet for the first time in the physical. These experiences are a precursor to the bubble love state, and these second body excursions are perfectly normal and are arranged and facilitated by the higher self to begin to get the twins, shall we say, reacquainted and reconnected at some levels in the lower frequencies. Otherwise, I can assure you that when they come together in regards to the first meeting, they wouldn't be able to handle it at all. There are actually twins who still can't handle it when they first come together, and they actually run and part. This is a sign and symptom of a precursor to coming together, and it gives the twins a chance to entwine, to begin to get accustomed to the idea of different forms of love making and different aspects and potentials that go beyond their present belief system. You see, here is the issue. We are so limited and opinionated when it comes to our sexuality and how it manifests. Everybody is so protective of their sexuality, and that is a limiting factor. So this wandering towards each other, etherically, happens prior to twins come together. Occasionally, if for some reason the twins have been together and have spent some time together and then they need to separate, not necessarily running from each other. For example, if twins are married and decide not to come together, they will continue to meet and have these sexual unions, probably for the rest of this incarnation, be they limited. These are for the benefit and continued exchange of energy. Twin flames are templated with the 12 chakra system. All twin flames are templated with the 12 chakra system. All twin flames prior to meeting are templated and partially or fully activated of the 12 chakra system and an etheric body meridian system. Some have these at birth, and some will manifest them later on in life as they are reaching adulthood, or prior to meeting. Some have these at birth, and some will manifest them later in life, as they are reaching adulthood, usually prior to meeting. Usually the 12 chakra system is already functioning to a degree, and the meridian system is already functioning to a degree. If you go back to the first 3 to 4 signs that I gave you, the possibilities that open up during the second body union, and really imagination is the key here. It is also depending on the etheric system and the chakra system, and how developed the two are. I take this very seriously, but I like to leave out all the gaga and goo, and wine and flowers and fantasy. What we need is some concrete, logical twin flame union explanation, because I'm well aware that what is happening here is that the third wave of twin flames, late teens, early 20s, are now beginning to wake up, and they need this information, and a lot of other people could use it also. Twin flame reunion is set up before incarnation, all as pre-planned. Signs and synchronicities of meeting are flashes of information from higher self. Prior to entry into the physical reality, each twin will have the exact location, soul group, race, name of their twin, and what appears to many as synchronicities, coincidences of connection, are simply pieces of information, already known to both. Each twin knows exactly what the other twin is doing at all times, where they are, and what they are doing. Before coming in, there is a plan set up, like a strategic battle plan, and prior to coming in the twins choose a strategic location, a soul group, a family, a race and a degree of difficulty, or they will choose a family with certain dysfunctional patterns that they want to work with. So, in reality they know exactly from the time they come in all of the details about where their twin flame is, name for example, and what is going on. So all the experiences where people had a vision of their twin, or they suddenly had their name, or they dreamt about them, this is not complicated, or mystical or magical. This is perfectly logical for these flashes to happen to twin flames. They have periods of awareness, where they can tap in telepathically, but because they are conscious in physical reality, when it happens they assume it is some kind of synchronicity or a coincidence. What it is a flash of information. If you are a one soul being and you are residing in 2 bodies in the physical, and this is all pre-planned and the higher self has implemented the whole plan, then it is logical that as you begin to wake up, you will get flashes and pieces here and there. I hear it all the time and I understand totally what people are talking about. When people write about 10 to 15 twin flame signs on this one topic, it is really all the same thing, just one sign. They are just tapping into where each other are. They know what they are doing, what is going to manifest in their lives. They know it all at a higher level, but they only get bits and pieces of it and flashes. It is not great psychic ability, it is all there already. We need to take the mystique out of twin flames. Everybody needs to come down and get out of the stars, out of the romance and whining and dining. If you want whining and dining, then you need a soulmate. Because that's what those relationships are about. Twin flames are about the mission, but I can tell you, when twin flames get into a role in the hay, we can do it like nobody else, because we have access to assets that others don't have access to at this time. Twin flames share all creative talents, and positive and negative aspects between them. Twin flames come into physical reality, because we are volunteer graduate souls, not unique or special. When they come in, they have already in previous timelines and realities developed certain skills and talents. When they do come together, the potential for these two reawakened is very enhanced on all levels. For example, connecting in the second body and traveling together in sexual union, twin flames can actually move in the second body and bilocate and travel via the second body, all while in the process of physically connecting. The other thing I wanted to mention is that in the normal sexual experience it is a slam dunk thing, but actually in a twin flame union, the less movement, the more infinite the possibilities there is. Everyone on this planet has the ability to tap into that second body, but twin flames have already done it in another incarnation, so they are just remembering how to do it. and they are assisting and helping humanity to wake up to their potential and acting as a template. Creative abilities are no great discovery in this perspective. Twin flames clear family templates of energetic dysfunction. Twin flames prior to meeting, and as part of their mission, take on the templating of dysfunctional energetic templating of the genealogy they incarnate into. They are able to cleanse and release much of this templating, giving the opportunity of many souls in their family soul group the privilege of not having to do so. This is a very important sign, because every twin flame set will do it whether they are apart or together. Twins are here for a mission. Signs emphasize the mission, but if you think twin flames do not have any fun, you have no idea. This is a priority mission before you even meet your twin. You volunteer to do this, and you take on the templating of your family tree and clear it, and the energetic family dysfunctional patterns in a family tree, and could be anything from addiction, religion, habits, etc. Because you have done the work and cleansed it. It also means that some souls in that group don't have to reincarnate into a lifetime because you cleared it for them. In that sense, twin flames deserve a medal. Twin flames will complete a merge of 5 bodies: the spiritual, mental, emotional, etheric, and physical. All twin flames in meeting physically will complete a 5-body meld, or merge. The meld will link the spiritual, mental, emotional, etheric and physical together. It will allow the twins to experience and share each other at all these levels. Examples of this are visions, dreams, telepathy, sexuality, and in sickness and in health. This meld or merge creates the mirror effect that so many talk about. If a set of twins can realize that this is a 5-body meld and merge, and if they understand which aspect they are dealing with, then they can understand what is being mirrored. Then they can understand that all this is happening not as a form of punishment or karma. What is happening is when the bubble love effect comes down, you then have the mirror effect that takes place, and the buttons get pushed, and the issues start to come up. Why is that happening? Because in that bubble love effect, the twins were in perfect union and harmonization at all levels, for a period of time. But it can't stay there permanently, because all of that templating has to change and evolve, and the body won't handle a consistent frequency of that height, so they must come down. So then the mirror effect begins. But they don't understand what is going on when the fighting and arguing and issues are coming up. So if we had some people who actually knew what they were talking about, we would have more twin flames that would be coming together. The 5-body meld is crucial as part of a twin flame union, and should not be taken lightly, especially the mirror effect. All that is happening is that the energy of the twins is trying to purge itself, so the twins can move into and return to that bubble love effect, maybe not the initial point of origin but half the initial frequency, and then as they grow more, and they eliminate more, they will reach higher and higher in frequency, until they eventually reach the original frequency. When twins initially enter the bubble love phase and experience the euphoria, it is quite a feeling, and I know many will agree with me. Can you imagine that potentially you can experience that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? But your body has to be able to handle that frequency, which is what creates the mirror effect. This is not rocket science. Twin flames have, and have potential for, exceptional healing abilities. There is potential of very powerful healing abilities available to a set of twin flames, if the 5th body meld and merge takes an unfoldment, where the union of the merge becomes cleansed and purified. Doesn't need to be perfect. Twin flames then, both of them, potentially can manifest as exceptionally skilled healers.